Hey, what's going on, my guys? Welcome in once again to Simuverse 10 channel. And today we're gonna talk about the amazing that took the world from a storm right now. Monster Hunter Wilds. Without further ado, guys, if you like these kinds of videos, don't forget to check us out until the end and share your opinions with us, guys. Okay? So Monster Hunter Wilds is finally here, but is it really better than Monster Hunter World and Rise? Or did Capcom take a step back in some areas? Well, today we're diving deep into all the things that Wild does worse compared to World and Rise. Buckle up, hunters. So although Wild for me it's an amazing game and a beautiful one in its core and everything that they doing new sounds very good and looks very good. A few people that I've been talking about the game, especially some of the most experienced players, some of the OGs, and even new players that only know Monster Hunter by name or by playing once or twice, there are a few issues that came to mind and came to the conversation. Although it's not a groundbreaking thing, because, well, you're seeing the game is beautiful, there's a lot of things, but so was World and Rise, right? So, first up, combat. If you love the fast-paced action of Rise with Wirebugs and Silkbind moves, you might feel Wild is a little sluggish. Gone are the quick air dashes, instant reposition, and flashy Silkbind attacks. Well, while Wilds has its own improvement, like smooth animations and better hit feedback, the mobility just doesn't match Rise. Rise was amazing on that. It's not bad. Okay, this is not saying that A, B, or C it's bad, but it's definitely way different. Of course, different. It's not all the times bad. Most of the times are actually good. But it's a concern that I've been seeing when I'm talking with people about the game. Next, let's talk about the open world design. That sounds amazing, right? No loading screens, dynamic weather, living ecosystems. But here's the catch to it. Also means it takes longer to track down monsters. Is it easy? Because of the sky? Yeah. And sometimes fights feel stretched out across vast distance. Well, not this case that we're seeing, but I had my few. Compared to World, where maps were segmented but well paced, Wilds can sometimes feel overwhelming or just slow. It is great for immersion, don't get me wrong, but not always great for the hunt. One of the things that we, loved was, no doubt about it, the mobility. Uh, Even the mobility against the monsters. And although different, Wilds do a great job to giving us a great fight. But there's something that we're missing, right? So, did you love the clutch claw from Iceborne? Enjoying the insane mobility of Wirebugs? Well, they're gone. And while Wilds introduce its own mechanics, which are great and good, they don't entirely replace the versatility and aggression that these tools offered. Flint shots and wall slams? Nope. Instant air mobility? Yeah, not really. It's a shift that not everyone will love. That's what some of the peeps on the community said. Well, more or less. Of course, Wilds has his own merits, no doubt about it. Now let's talk about performance. Wilds is pushing some serious graphics, but that comes at a cost, of course. Frame drops, longer load times, and the occasional stuttering on consoles have been an issue for some players. If you're used to the smooth performance of Rise, especially on the Switch or PC, this might be a downgrade in stability. It's not that the game is always stopping or you can see the frames just out of place. No, that's not the case. But when a game's so fast paced, like we used to Rise, this game being slower and sometimes having these difficulties, well, it's normal, you know, there's a great quality on the graphics. And of course, if you have the environment like we have it here, it will be really difficulty to maintain the frames. It's not a big issue, but there's a few performance, no doubt about it. Solo play. Well, I am a solo hunter, and that's my feeling, okay, on it. A solo hunter, well, this one's for you. Rise gives us the Palamute for easy travel and World at the SOS system for quick online help, while on the other hand leans more into its living world and dynamic co-op elements, making solo hunts feel longer and sometimes tougher. Although the game it's easy, it feels tougher. And if you like having a way to zip around fast or call for help instantly, this could be a downside, no doubt about it. But of course, we have lobbies with 100 players. It's a good thing. I didn't have any difficulty, but there are players that are a bit concerned about this in-game wise. Speaking of monsters and the hunt, their AI in Wild is way more unpredictable, which that might sound cool, but it also means some monsters feel overly aggressive or hard to read. If you are used to the more structured fights in Whirl and Rise, you might find some encounters here a little bit frustrating. Well, because they don't follow a pattern, and that's all good, you know. There are monsters, and they are with their life in danger, so they will adapt, they will try something desperate. Maybe that's what Capcom wanted with that. And I love it. I definitely love it. I like the fast pace games, especially on Ryzen. But there were one thing that I love the most in that game is the fact that mounting is way less fun here. You know, Rise made it easy to hop on a monster and go full WWE on another one. It was amazing visually, you know. And of course the damage. Wilds changes how mounting works, making it harder to pull off and less of a game changer. Well, if you enjoyed controlling monsters and using them as the weapons, this might feel like a downgrade, and it's, in my opinion, one of the biggest downgrades in the game. But that's just me, that's just my opinion on it. Of course, not everyone will feel this way, and that's all good. There's not a problem whatsoever in that. Although, for me as a player, I loved the mounting. It's and right now it's way less fun than it was. Well, in conclusion, guys, does that mean Monster Hunter Wilds is a bad game? Absolutely not. It is not. It's an amazing game. It brings tons of new mechanics, stunning visuals, in an immersive world. But it's not perfect. But either way, what game is perfect, right? If you're coming from World or Rise, some things might feel like a step back. But hey guys, tell me, what do you think? Don't forget, drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And of course, this is all this is based on opinion and a few players, well, old players and new players that I talked about. So take this as a pinch of salt. You don't need to actually, you know, agree with everything, but I would love to discuss this with you. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more Monster Hunter content. Guys, it's a pleasure to do these kinds of content for you guys, and I hope, you know, you feel the same way that I feel with Monster Hunter.